Trade Tuesday, maybe? Something like that. I'm off to Eaglesham, which is one of those places I've seen on signposts. I've never been. I'm expected to be disappointed. I suppose Eagle sounds ta-da, and then Sham sounds like it might be a bit of a sham, so it might not be quite as exotic as it sounds. I woke up this morning and I went on Gumtree. I don't normally go on Gumtree. It's like Gumtree's been a bit... I've not seen anything on it for ages. And then there was someone selling a couple of guitars. Well, to be honest, I bought 2 guitars, only reading the advert for one. It's when you see the thing that says advertised just now, and it was so cheap you can't say no. And then I was looking at it, and as I was waiting for the computer to load up properly, I was like, oh, they've got an acoustic as well. It's an electric and an acoustic. I was like, I'll buy both of them. So I'd already agreed to buy both of them before I even looked at the advert for the second one. That'll give you an impression of how expensive they were. Yeah, so it was a bit hot. So I've actually ended up leaving it a bit late. Ended up staying in bed and watching Book of Boba Fett. Right, I'm enjoying Boba Fett, that has to be said. I think I was trying to explain to Simon the other day what Boba Fett means to someone of my age. Because I mean, I remember, I knew who Boba Fett was from the Star Wars character. Before I'd even seen, I'd seen Star Wars, but I hadn't. Empire Strikes Back, I never saw any of them in the cinema, because I was too young. But it used to take a while, see when things came out on video, remember video recorders? So I had already seen, after Boba Fett came out first, I always remember my grandma buying it for me, and my mum being pure raged at how much she paid for Boba Fett, because it was from a wee shop in Kirky. Not like a proper toy store, and I think they'd obviously, because they had a Boba Fett, they'd stuck a couple of pound onto it. So I mean, I think it might have cost about a £5, but I mean, look at Boba Fett when you're a kid, that's the coolest thing ever. He's got a rocket pack, guns in his hands and all that. And then I saw Return of the Jedi on pirate copy on VHS, which at the time it was my Uncle Colin and Aunt Shirley who had a pirate copy of it, pure terrible quality, on a VHS machine. And my mum and dad had chosen Betamax. I'm really old then, so we had to borrow the video recorder as well as the tape, so I could watch Return of the Jedi. And that's the first time I'd ever actually seen Boba Fett. And then it wasn't until a year later or something it actually came out in video. So I mean, you know, it was a few years before when things were in the cinema, and then before they came out in video. And I even remember Video Vaults, which was a shop down Kirky Main Street, and the entire front of the shop had big cardboard Darth Vaders, and it was all The Empire Strikes Back was mental. So I'd already had quite a lot of the Star Wars figures from Empire Strikes Back, even though I'd never seen the film. So the Han Solo I had was the Bespin one, even though I'd never seen him in that. It was still Han Solo and other stuff. I don't know if I ever actually had any actual original Star Wars figures. Getting a wee bit geeky here because I've been, one of my YouTube feeds is kind of watching folk into Star Wars figures. Fair enough, I've still got mine. I did a video of them a year ago. I never chucked them out. But I'm not a Star Wars figure collector, but I'm still moderately interested in it. I remember seeing it. I never took the video, or did I lose the video? Something went wrong when I was down in Colville at Wainstock last year. There was a cash converters I went into because you were only allowed one person in the shop at the time. So I went into the cash converters next door, and because Colville is where Palatoy factory was, where they made Star Wars figures, they had original Star Wars figures, not in boxes, not the original on card is a technical term, but you know, it was pretty cool Star Wars figures in the window. And I almost bought Bosk, to be honest. I think it was 15 quid, I don't know why. So I never had Bosk when I was younger. It was quite mad seeing them when it was like the general excitement, which I think is the whole point about the Star Wars figures thing, is remembering when it was back to being a kid, when you used to go and see Star Wars figures. Yeah, I've gone a wee bit off topic there, haven't I? Yes. What I was actually going to... I was going to have a little bit of a rant about the PRS SE that just came out last night. I don't know when this video's coming out. I saw it, and there's obviously... They're that guy in that van is an arse. Oh, and you're just going to try and pull the front end. It does say urgent blood on it, but urgent blood, you can still use your indicators, mate. We're down to 2 lanes, and I can't remember which 2 lanes it said were closed. Well, the one I'm in is closed. I need to get into that lane. So, yeah, so the PRS SE Silver Sky is out. And I saw it yesterday, it was the Andertons video went on, I don't know, in the mid-afternoon or something, and I watched it, and it's like, I mean, fair enough if you want. And they're going as in the affordable version, it's 900 quid. And it's just this whole mad, I was talking to Blacktooth Fox about it last night, the consumerism, you know, about it, about making it seem normal that, oh, I can't afford a real one, so I'll buy the, you know, the import version at a good affordable price. No, £900 is a good value for a guitar. £900 for a guitar, it's ridiculous. And my car and what I would class to be a really good guitar I would get for 900 quid put together. I wouldn't say a really good car. No, the Panda's, I really like the Panda. I will give it that. Yeah, it's quite funny when you see the obviously strategic. People have been given these guitars last week or whatever, 2 weeks ago, and they were told, yes, you can release your video on Tuesday. Do a demo video, you know, the sort of free guitar, do a nice review, blah blah blah. And it's like, but you can't put it out. Everyone's been given time slots, and I think Anderton's, because Paul Reed Smith is pals. Anderton, I think they probably sell a lot of guitars for him. But they always seem to have quite a bit of a rapport, him and the captain. And so they were allowed to release their video 4 hours before anyone else did. So I saw that, didn't watch it, watched it after dinner, and then after that I looked up and it was like, of the top 8 things, you know, the 2 bars you see on YouTube, 4 of them were for the PRS Silver Sky. You're like, oh, what? There's a pure blanket batter into it. So I was hearing a funny beeping noise there. I don't know what it was. Well, it might be me slightly breaking the speed limit or another car. I don't know, there's a funny noise happening here. I don't think it's me though. Yeah, so I mean, fair enough. It kind of does just look like a Strat, and to be honest, I'm too old to really know who John Mayer is. I know him from the PRS Silver Sky, and he's in that film with Will Ferrell, where Will Ferrell's playing like a really, really expensive Strat. He's in it for 5 minutes. Seems like a nice guy, but I don't know any of his music. I've heard a couple of songs and going, well, whatever. You know, it's not like you're, oh, I need to listen to that again. It's just amazing, the consumerism, and you just kind of know that. And even Lee Anderton actually said, right, and anyone who's going to, don't buy 4 of these and then scalp them on eBay. And it's like, it just shows you how hyped up these things are, and they know it's going to be an absolute total success. Doesn't have to be good, it will be, I'm sure. But where am I going? Come on, this way. It's just quite, I don't know, I'm just such a cynic, it's ridiculous. If I was more of a cynic, I would put, I was going to put PRS Silver Sky in the description, in the, you know, the title of the video, but I'm not going to do that. Because, although I'm sure all you guys, all my regular, the alcoholics and all that would all think that was quite amusing. I'm sure quite a lot of people would click on it and go, people like, you know, newcomers would just think that was just being a dick move, which it is, but I mean, I don't mind being a dick, really, sometimes. I don't want to be an actual dick, you know what I mean? only act like a dick when I think it's funny. Not when you think it's funny, when I think it's funny. I feel like doing my head in that. I should probably turn off the vocalisations on my sat-nav. I'm enjoying having proper sat-nav. I was actually just about to drive past, or not past, but quite close to Buster's house. But I'm pretty sure he's working. I should have given him a buzz just to make sure he wasn't. I kind of popped in on my way past. So yeah, so the plan is go and pick up these guitars in Eaglesham, and then Eaglesham just happens to be 5 minutes down the road or 10 minutes down the road from Scott's. So I'm going to go and see Scott, and might do a what's in the car video. They're surprised. I said I just bought 2 guitars, blah blah blah. I told him the price and he was like, really? For fuck's sake. Like, what are they? And it's like, I'm not telling you, that'll be part of the surprise. And then I told him it was a PRS Silver Sky, obviously, that was mine. So that should be fun. Personally, I don't know, maybe if you're a big PRS, I don't really like the look of PRS guitars, but I've had a couple of the SE ones, never owned one. I've had a few in for pickup swaps and stuff like that. They don't, I don't know, didn't really do anything for me, but maybe if I really loved the look of it, or one of my heroes played one, maybe that would make the difference. They're fine, you know, decent. It was a custom 24 my pal Mo's got. I've changed pickups and a few other ones that I don't even remember, that's how impressive they are. There was one I quite liked, it was a kind of going along a Les Paul Junior-y type look, with P90s in it. I quite liked it. I didn't love it, and it was like, you know, this is alright, you know, it's like 150 quid, that's good, you know, no 500 quid, it's a bit different. But I've been spoiled. Actually, I had a pal Taylor down in Kilmarnock, actually, I'm on the way to his house, but he's much further down the road. Bought an Aria TS 400, I think it is, Thor sound. He was looking for a Matsumoto guitar, and he decided he wanted to buy one from, was it 1983 or something, I can't remember, whatever year it was, that his wife or his fiancée was born. Fair enough, he's bought a Thor sound of Reverb, I think, and it looks stunning. It's basically, the Thor sound I've got is the very cheapest one. It doesn't have this truss rod cover, and I can't find it in any catalogues, but it says Thor sound on it, so I reckon it's maybe a TS100 or a TS150, or the nearest thing I could find was a TS300, but it was obviously a more expensive guitar. Humbuckers and coil splits and stuff, whereas mine was originally 2 single coils, but I've got P90s in it. And he was just messaging me, this thing is fucking amazing. It's like, yeah, it's like, I didn't think anything could possibly top his new Yamaha Rev Star. And it's like, I was like, oh yeah, Yamaha are one of the few companies just now that are, in my opinion, that are still trying to make the best guitars they can. They're not trying to make guitars that make a lot of money instead. So, and he just said, you know, amazing. He's like, you know, he's thinking of selling all his other guitars, and it's like, yeah, so he's kind of maybe a little bit down the rabbit hole, because now he's bought it, and he paid the same price as you would pay for a Squire or an Epiphone second hand for this thing. It's 1980 and it looks stunning. It's got it's a set neck, and it's got like the stringers in the middle, so because the higher up one's a through neck, and you know, coil splits, and it's a Matsumoto Japanese guitar. So I mean, he's now sitting there looking at it and going, hold on, rather than being, what an amazing guitar to buy for 300, 400 quid, whatever it was he paid, he's now going, hold on, rather than compare it to every other guitar I've had that's around about this value, why don't I compare it to every other guitar, like even the best ones I've ever played, and it comes out awful well. I really do think with a guitar like that, you can go into, I'm going to say guitar because it's the biggest guitar shop in Glasgow, even though they're bastards, and I'm just saying I don't like them. You know, go in there and try and find a better guitar, and it's like, here's $2,000, find a guitar that's actually better. You can find one that's worth an awful lot more, because the Aria Thor, well, it's sold on Reverb for 400 quid, so it's only worth 400 quid. Yeah, totally. But try and find a better guitar. There isn't one. I was actually saying as well, like, ranting on about that PRS SE. I bet you there's nothing. I bet you it's better than the PRS Silver Sky for half the price, double the price. But it will be. There's absolutely, I would put as a 5% chance that the PRS could be better. Assuming I'm just going by build quality, assuming it's in decent condition and it's been set up, new strings and all that, and working. We're there. Right, so I've ranted for 15 minutes. Maybe if there's some sights in Eaglesham, I'll maybe take some shots. Okay, maybe I've lost a wee clip from a GoPro, the one that I used to mount it in the front of the car, like the wee foot thing. So I've only got the headband attachment, so I might actually stick the camera on my head when I get to Eaglesham, and if there's anything interesting to see. Although to be fair, it is a little bit on the sort of muggy side. It's not raining, and basically if you're in Scotland and it's not raining, the weather's nice. That's how it works. Right, I'm fogging up because I've forgotten to adjust it. Wow, what a difference that made. The wee dial actually that diverts the air to recirculate inside the car, or it sucks in air from outside, and now I'm feeling more awake, you know, that because I'm actually getting oxygen rather than reheated inside the car air. Yeah. Will I put this video out? I don't know, it might be a Sunday dump. Rock on! There we go, Eaglesham, the exotic sounding location. I've no idea where this camera works when it's stuck to my head like this. Where am I going? Oh, right, soon. I will turn this off before I actually get to this person's house, just in case it's we want to be broadcasting where I am. Yeah, oh, it looks quite nice actually. Yeah. I'm not sure whether you can see it. Have I been here before? Yeah. Oh, right onto Street. Oh, right here. Okay. Polnoon Street. I've actually got a feeling it's
half a mile. Turn right onto Moor Road.
Okay, half a mile. Yeah, I was there was something I thought I was saying when I just when I turned off the last video. I was going to say that, but I can't remember what it was. Mid road. Imagine we're about to go up the high road. We can take the high road for Scotland. The Swan Inn. Always a good name for a pub. Nice Defender. Looks like there might be some sort of, according to the sat nav, some sort of water up here on the left. I think this might be an incredibly short part of video. What time is it? 27? I said it'd be here at 5:30. Plenty of time.
Destination is on your left.
Okay. Yeah. Very nice. A well-to-do area. Moor Road. Oh. And there was a bit of paper that I definitely read. Where is it? Try to read this so you can't see it. No, if I look there it doesn't work. Okay, cool. Catch you later. So, guitar's picked up. Oh, I can look in the mirror and see myself. I hadn't thought of that eventuality. Hey YouTube. Yeah, so short and sweet. Did the socially distant thing, didn't even go into the house. Wearing the mask, she kind of flung them out the window. Yeah, so a couple of guitars. Possibly, I might have to do something with the electric. The acoustic was just like, there's a point where you go, turn
left onto Bolton Street.
It looks like a hand painted nylon. No, that neck looks absolutely mangled on it. Ah, well. I might be able to paint it as an art. Oh, I could maybe give it to that girl.
Turn left onto Gilmore Street.
I got whose kitchen I did. She likes painting up guitars. Maybe paint it up as an art project. Or maybe paint it up as an art project myself. I still haven't done my Boba Fett guitars, which I want to do. I need to do it when it's still on. I've got a few guitars I think would fit quite well. I've got a bass, it's got 3 P-bass pickups in it. A P-bass with 3 pickups in it, that I think might be quite Boba Fetty. I was actually thinking, I was watching The Mandalorian, it's a catch-up. I thought it was yesterday Boba Fett was on, and see the water over there? Yeah, I think I might have to I might see if I can find somewhere to eat. I'm quite hungry. I wasn't really paying attention this morning when I woke up. I'm pretty used to having this GoPro on my head. I quite like it actually. And I think next time I might Scott need to go on a once Once the COVID's over, I need to go on another.
Take the third exit
Shut up.
onto the A726.
Probably take me 2 seconds, but I'd have to stop. Jeez. Someone who doesn't know how to drive a camper van, I'll just give it 8 feet on the left hand side. I never understood that when I was driving. You always get folk that they want to give 10 feet to the cars that are parked, and it's like, but no gap at all to the cars that are coming towards them doing the same speed. Anywhere good looking for food there? Not really. So here's the central belt of Scotland in the winter. That's what this is. It's kind of dreich. Well, as I said earlier on, it's not raining, therefore nice weather today. I nearly drove up to Perth. Actually, there was an Ibanez RG base, which you don't see very many of, but apparently they're brand new. I think I'm sure I saw one a few years ago, and I thought, an RG base, you don't see many of them, and I didn't buy it. It wasn't that expensive. There's one in Perth, but Perth's it's like an hour's drive, and it's like, I don't really want to drive an hour and then an hour back to get, like £100 base. Especially seeing as I don't need any more bases. These guitars aren't for me, these guitars are for fixie-uppy, possible buckfastidification or something. That the wee Squire there might do something a bit exciting with it. I'm not really thinking about it. I'll have a look at my parts box, see what I've got. It looks to be... Oh, I've never just turned the volume down. Just turn the volume down. I quite fancy a KFC maybe. Or do I just do my usual... I didn't go to McDonald's for years because they're crap and I don't like the corporate surgery. But the wee pound burgers are just easy and involves no thinking. And in a pound, there's like £2 cheeseburgers and a pound cheeseburger and a pound meal might be what I want. Well, I probably did. I might have announced where Scott lives. No, I didn't type in his thingy. I'm pretty sure I'd be able to find it without the sat-nav. But there you go, get some... Hey, maybe call this sort of Shaun the Sheepland type thing. Kind of... The boring bit of Scotland kind of looks like Shaun the Sheep. Look, this summer I'm definitely going to go up. When I say up north implies I'm going to go for miles. I'm not going to go for miles, I'm going to go up to the chalet. Or even up to Loch Lomond, which is like, I don't know, in fact it's probably not even half an hour from my house. And then suddenly you've got the Highlands, mountains, Gandalf, rivers and lochs and burns and, just like beautiful scenery. Not that this isn't bad scenery, it's just fields. It's not particularly interesting. From Glasgow, I think a lot of people don't really understand how lucky we are, assuming you can drive, of course, or get a bus, and you can just go for, half an hour or an hour up, an hour north of me, you just end up in beautiful country. I could probably be going faster than this, there's not really any point, is there? 0.9 of a mile to Carlisle. I think Carlisle's in England. You think about how far, I'm saying there about trying to the size, especially like you Pontiac from your in Arizona, when you get signs that say somewhere 1,000 miles. You don't get anywhere here that says 1,000 miles. So it's like I'm in Scotland, Glasgow. If I go an hour north, I'm in the Highlands where it's like mountains and shit. And then if I go, I can't even, I don't even think it's an hour from here to Carlisle, which is in England. Really not that far away, not a big place. If we had a sign that said 1,000 miles to somewhere, you're halfway through France or in Germany or something, or I don't even know. But that would involve going, you'd be off the island. Right here. Keep my eye open for, I don't know, fancy some, what do I fancy to eat? I get a KFC. Choices. I'm not, of course, assuming Scott's going to be in. It's like, this me back up on M74? I don't even know. Council offices perhaps. Yeah, so that acoustic looks a bit on probably fully worth the money I paid for it, and probably not much more. But these things, it's like, get the action on it. Why did I think I should have gone up there? Because I should have gone up there, damn it. Okay, cool. See you, Scots. Maybe, if he's in. If not, I won't.